good day, everybody. Welcome back to more of, me. Hello, I hope you're all doing well. Back here for some games, some Minecraft. We're back in Sky Factory 4. Welcome. Pleasure to have you all. Thank you for coming by and joining me on this Friday afternoon. Just as an early reminder, I'll be telling this a couple times during the stream, but after today, I'll be streaming tomorrow. There will not be a stream Sunday this week because I'm going to start my new job Monday, and I want to make sure I get a good, well-rested night's sleep before jumping in, make a good impression. Although I got some interesting stories about that today. Hello, Mr. Terry, Old Man Griff. That's his name, you see. Very accurate because he's even older today. My God, the man is ancient. It's Terry's birthday. Happy birthday, Terry. Hello, Anubis. Hello, Ezreal. Good day. So, got a little bit of work done since the stream. So, I built a little house here in the hunting dimension. I like to build what I call an AFK house. Because a lot of times, I'm running around doing stuff, working around my house, whatever. I'll leave the game up and running so that automations and stuff will continue to run in the background. Eat some mineral berries. But I like to have a little safe place I can stay so that way a rogue monster doesn't spawn and kill me or something like that. So I built this little house and actually put a Twilight Force cake in there. So now I don't have to teleport to the overworld and then back again to the Twilight Force. I just go straight back to the house, which is nice. I did spend some time here AFK. You'll notice I did swap out some additional chests. I made some more big old chests. And you can see we've got a fair amount of little stuff building up here. I'm not positive, but I think there's some new heads in Sky Factory 4 that weren't here before. And that might just be because the mod itself was updated. I don't ever remember getting Preox head. I need to look into it. I need to go back into an old, same as Landon Dragon. I don't remember that one either. I may have to go back into an old save and see if some of these heads were in there or not. Maybe it's just been a while. I don't remember it. Today we're going to do some work with this. We're going to automate this into an ender chest and get it running back to the house. Whoops, almost fell off there. As you can see, we got plenty of pearls building up, which is nice. So we're going to get that automated so that way while I'm AFK, everything will be loading into the system per se. And then, let's see, back to the house. Check this out. Bloop. Alright, so this is our little cake room, right? Cake room. Build a door. Check out that door. Hey, Steven, how you doing, buddy? Look at that awesome door. Isn't that a cool door to hire a little room there? I love it. Love it a lot. Alright, so as I promised, our little factory-themed build this time, I said I was going to rebuild the outer wall. So I did spend some considerable time working on that. As you can see, I tried to make it look mechanical. Got some moving parts in there. I used a couple of the different fan blocks. Some of them malfunction every so often, so once in a while some of them will stop working. But I put together, I only did the inside of the wall. It's 3 thick. I didn't do the outside yet. I mostly just want to do the inside since that's where we'll be spending most of our time. But spent a considerable amount of time putting the outer wall together. And then our wither fighting area is over here. A couple doors there as well. Of the same type of... Oh, a ram. Can I pick you up? Oh, you're coming with me. Come here. Come in the house here. Get that ram here. Go pick this guy up. So yeah, why not, right? I don't have a ram over here. Yay! Well, thank you. I'm pretty pleased with the way the wall turned out. I wanted to have it where it looked mechanical. So even though normally I avoid things that could potentially add lag, I get in there. There we go. Mostly other than that, it's mostly just been letting things run. My potatoes are clogged again. I gotta do something with this potato clogging issue. I have ideas. We're gonna work on that maybe today too. Mostly it's just been letting things run. So I have been. See, looks like that's drained. I've been running different ambers. This is probably about dry. I go through wood here so fast. Getting power, getting a small fission reactor high on my priority list today. But I have been building up resources. I've got enough of things like magnesium and thorium to make some of the seeds now. I did continue running our wither here, although power has been an issue over here as well. But as you can see, pretty good. We're almost to self-aware. So get some more power running to that. That should be cool. So yeah, not too shabby. I found that if I right-click, this here keeps glitching out, but if I right-click on it, it'll reappear. So that's a fix. So right off the bat, first things first, we're going to go ahead and we're going to work on some ender chests to load into the system automatically. So that's important business. After I go clean out this hog chest. So again, this is all pearls here. So we got plenty of pearls now. We shouldn't have any more problems with pearls. I got plenty of those built up. Pearls before swine, some would say. I believe that's the terminology. Why does that keep doing that? Stop that. 3. Okay, that's better. So how many pearls do we have? Why would you kick me out? Why would you do that? Pearls, 416. That's more than enough to take care of what we want here. When it is self-aware, what's next? I have a zombie self-aware, not sure what is next. Self-aware, that's it. I mean, once it's self-aware, that's the best it can be. Then you just go on to the next one, right? At self-aware, I think it's like 48% success chance of getting a pristine. So if it's something that gives you resources you need, you can then just keep running it at self-aware to get your different matters and your pristines. If it's something like zombie, which really doesn't give you much that you need, I normally just take that out. What I'll do is I'll put a chest in the ground in front of the setup and put them all in there. And that way, if I do need something that the zombie, I can always take it out and put it in there and run a few. But normally the only ones I run continuously are going to be things like Wither for the Nether Stars, and I'll run Ender Dragon for Supremium, some things like that. There's only a handful that I actually run consistently for resources. Most everything else, blah. Like it's not going to give you that much. So let's look up Ender Chest. I'll need a couple of those, right? I guess I'll need some of these. Okay. There's some of those. Ender Chest. Alright, so I'm going to need an Ender Chest to load into the storage system. So I need a way to load this into here. So that's kind of what this wall right here is going to be for. See how this wall looks a little weird? Look at that. So with this, I can put a chest here and run this directly into the system. So I will need an import cable. I don't need that chisel right now. Let me get rid of that. So there's an import cable. Put a badap. And we will make that a +10 because I don't want anything going into that. Blacklist nothing. Then we're going to need some of the upgrades. I'll need a stack. I'll need some more speed. Draven has a need for speed. Okay. Do a stack. I apologize. I have some allergy issues, so I'm having a hard time keeping one of my eyes open. So I apologize if I look weird. But you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, right? Alright, so I'm going to put a berry in there. Crap, this does not connect to ender chests. Okay, alright. That's okay. There are fixes for these things. Draven is a man who knows how to do things. Except I put that in the wrong spot. That was a man who didn't know how to do things. I'm an idiot. Okay, so let me put that back. We will put that there. That is obsidian. Why do I keep doing the things that I do? Oh, thank you very much, Puller. Appreciate that. You're trying to look snazzy for a Monday. My hair's not so much cut as it is just wet. But, you know, still works, right? I'm going to need a cable. And I'm going to need a chest Do I have any chunky chests? I don't. We're going to make a chunky chest here in a second. Let's go make a chunky chest. Do I have the stuff in here? 222! It always moves the clay over. It makes me mad. I got enough clay. I need chest too. Okay, so we need chest. I'll grab those ender chests that I ruined. I'll grab some chests. I'll grab some fences. I have enough. And we'll grab some iron. And you, and you, and you, and boop. And we'll throw that in for later. Chunky chest. Okay, so we take the chunky chest, and we put the chunky chest right there. That will connect. Now, if I take a berry, put that in there. Delicious. Should be in my system now. So I grabbed the wrong cable, though, so let's grab the right cable. Get rid of that one. I don't have any item extraction cables. And then where did I put that ender chest? Ender chest. Item extraction cable. So now that'll load into there, then that'll load into there. Same thing. So now let's go and hook that up in here. Now for right now, I'm just going to connect this to these chests. Because I don't think the ender, it's not going to work when I'm outside of the realm. Item cable look funny? Oh man, did I not make it? I have an item cable. Crap. Hang on. I messed something up. I don't know what I did. Item extraction cable. Forgot to make one for here as well. I failed. Stop it. Okay. So I'm going to leave these blue chests all where they are. Hello, skeleton. We're just going to put that up into the ender chest. Which... now that should load technically. Okay. Is that not... huh. Interesting. Let's go see if anything is pulling through here. Forgot I was flying. Turn that off. Huh. Why is the ender chest not connectable to cables either? I mean, this one connected okay. I thought. I may have to use those other end chests. Those advanced ender chests. Where are those at? What are the... aren't there ones with... yeah, these ones here. Really? Really? I don't have blaze rods? Is there a way for me to make blaze rods? Ha ha! There is! Delicious. Well, the extraction cable is correct. It's connected. The white part is touching this. There's just a space there. I mean, the cable is doing what it's supposed to do. That's how it's supposed to look. I just don't think that type of ender chest is working. We'll go try this other one. Because they do not seem to want to connect to this, so... let's get rid of this. Padoop. See if this one works any better. There we go. That one connected. Whoop! Alright. Well, at least I know it's going into the chest this time. So now we'll swap it out with one of these guys. There it goes. Alright. So that is successfully working. It's going to take a little while for that to drain, but that'll work. That'll play. Alright, good stuff. Alright, so we've got that automated, so that part's done. Now, the mob farm still isn't going to run while I'm gone. Mobs won't spawn unless I'm in that dimension, it turns out. Which is why the weirding gadget's not working. Because there has to be a person within a specific range. Oh, do I only have it at one? There has to be a person in that zone in order for it to upgrade. So, for mobs to spawn. That's why the weirding gadget doesn't work. There has to be a person within a specific range in order for mobs to spawn. And so there's no way. That's the same problem I had with compact machines. I couldn't get mobs to spawn in that area because I wasn't there. So, which is fine. Hello, Marcus and Timeless. Good day. Possibly, I mean, the chests are there. They don't hurt anything, so they're fine. I'll probably just leave them there, but they'll do their job. Big things. So we need to get mystical agriculture started for the seeds that matter. And I feel like... I wish that would stop messing up like that. I feel like our best bet here is to run a few withers and get the wither data model so I can start running it for nether stars and supremium. You know what I mean? So we're going to fight 7 withers real quick. Is my goal here. Now I will need to get some wood. Draven's always needing wood. Because I got to get the loot fabricator running so I can get some wither skulls. And we'll make a wither data model. Fight 6 or 7s. I can't remember. Probably 6. Because we've already fought 1. I think the nether star is what we need to make the data model. Don't hold me to that, though. But once we have the supremium, it's a lot easier to break essence down than it is to build back up again. And so that will be helpful. Let's grab ourselves a stack of pristines. And that will start getting us some skulls. Let's get some soul sand. I don't have a lot of soul sand, okay? We'll make some, because I have hellish matter for days now. Oops, I don't want that. Leave that in there for now. Hellish matter for days. Bark. I love hellish matter. Very handy. Oh, data model. Data model with a skeleton. Wither data model. Oh, I don't have a blank data model. Okay. Nope, I don't have one of those. Story of my life, man. Story of my life. There's that. Blank data model. Wither data model. I'll need my deep learner. Deep. Put that in there. Go ahead and grab some mineral berries for delicious noms. Delicious noms. What are the blocks that surround the wither? Yeah, I can help you there. Let me just grab my skulls real quick. Already got those. Let me grab a whole bunch of skulls. Alright. So, there are different blocks in the game, in mod packs, that will allow you to... that are immune to the wither blowing up. Reinforced obsidian is one of them. If you just go in and do a search for wither, it'll show you most blocks that are wither-proof. So, wither-proof block is blast resistant. Wither-proof glass is blast resistant, as is the reinforced obsidian. I like it because it's just obsidian and metal bars, which is cheap. The glass and the wither-proof block look cooler, but they require wither skeleton essence, which is seeds, which is blah 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 blah. Way easier just to make this stuff. So now I obviously, as you can see, when the wither blew up, it destroyed some of the grass around here, but I'm not too worried about that. So we got to kill 6 of these guys. It will take us a moment or two, but it'll be worth it. You're very welcome. Oh, I didn't realize I was still flying. You're welcome, Anubis. Run! Blake Bro. I think that's the one that looks like Donald Duck. There he is. He's going to destroy so much of my dirt. Come here, you. Ow! He withered me in the face. How dare you, sir? Oh, that's loud. Hold on. Turn that volume down a little bit. Once we get this guy dead, we'll kill like 6 of them. We'll get it to basic. Then we can start running it through the simulation chamber. And that, every pristine we get there will give us either a nether star or a supremium, depending on what we need the most. You know what I mean? Dead! Make this as quick as possible for you guys. We don't have to watch this very long. Could build a machine to kill them automatically, but that's fine. I don't really automate withers much anymore, since deep mob learning gives me the same basic resources. Slowpoke. You can do it though. Automating a wither farm basically in Sky Factory 4 is one of the easier packs to do it in. But again, I feel like, come here you, I feel like you don't really need it with deep mob learning, right? Because I can get the same resources without having to make heads and put them together. I can get stars or supremium just from the data model. So much, much more convenience. And you know how much I love convenience? Get your wither dick out of my face, sir. Num 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 num. See how we're doing? 4 to go. Bottom right hand. Well, you can't. Can you see it? Yeah, bottom right. 4 to go. Funway guy. Hey, it's Funway guy. Hello, Marcus. Doing all right. Doing all right, thank you. I have Mike's Hard Lemonade today because I wanted something different. I have an interesting snack. So today my wife asked me to take her to one of the worst places on earth, which is basically any store where shopping exists. I hate shopping. Shopping is the worst thing in the world. But she wanted me to take her to this place called Home Goods, which is just a horrible trash store. It's just the high list of one of the worst places ever. And, they had a bunch of Halloween stuff, and she wanted to go check it out. And there's really nothing of value there I would ever want, except they do have a snack aisle with weird snacks in it that you don't really find other places. So I got myself an interesting snack. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to open it up here in a minute after I kill Mr. Embers. I don't remember Mr. Embers. I swear, I think there's new ones in here that weren't here before. We're going to build a head monument with all the heads in the game. We're going to be hearing sometime in the near future. We'll be converting the mob farm to have the mob masher thingies that have beheading in them, so I'll start collecting more heads. Then we can compare it to previous monuments in previous worlds and see if there's new heads. Oh, he withered me in the last second, that turd. 2 to go. 2 to go. Stop withering me. Here's an interesting question. If I was to fight the wither high up in the sky, would that be Withering Heights? See, that is called literature humor right there. I hope people appreciate it. Hey, Heather, there's a bunch of water bottles in the drawer in the bottom, too. Might be a little easier for you. Sorry. Helping the wife out. Mr. Wiggly! I would remember if I'd fought Mr. Wiggly before. Does anybody else remember Mr. Wiggly? I swear, I think that's a new Wither Crumb. Die, Mr. Wiggly. Almost done. Almost done here. Why'd you wither me the last second? Alright, one more to go. And we shall be late fini. And then I'll probably never have to fight another wither again. And we're going to fight Maxwell RU, I guess is the name there. I don't know any of these people. I feel like I used to remember, or at least know of, a lot of the Minecraft streamers that ended up in this mod, but a lot of these names don't sound familiar anymore. That's probably on me for not staying more abreast of the community of content creators. Bunk, bunk, bunk. Smack-a-doo-dah. Come on, die. Hurry up and die. Don't wither me. No, I knew he'd hide with one hit point left. Jerk. Okay. That gives us some stuff to live with here, too. A little bit of resources. Did you blow up my door or my wall? No, he messed up my ground, though. Double doors. Okay. So now that we got that, is this one self-aware yet? No, it is not, but we're going to have to retire it because I need this other one more. So, chest. Chest. Deep mob learner. Wither skeleton. Wither. There we go. I'll put this one down here, and later on I'll go back and finish leveling it up when I'm not in the need of other stuff. So, alright. Let's pull this stuff out of here. Put that away for now. And then that will begin to run us some simulations. Alright. Already got us an extraterrestrial matter. I'm going to grab one because that's an achievement. Wonderful. We love achievements here. Some people could call this Achievement City. Okay, this one, Supremium, I don't have one for yet. Most everything in here is not stuff that I can make folders for. A stone sword. A wooden hoe. There we go. Auto sort that a little bit. I don't even know if do I have power in this thing? I do. Should have wood in there. Yeah, I don't run this as much. Okay, there's that. Fix some of these things up. Make a folder for those. Ooh, where are we going? There we are. Got lost there. Oh, that one's full. Mango berry. Num 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 num. Okay. Alright, so, become an android, fission reactor, automating pizza, induction matrix, auto crafting, auto HDPE, and the auto walrus. Well, most of that stuff is going to require power. So fission reactor, that's our big guy. And so for fission reactor, I need seeds. So that's what we're going to look at. So let's take a look at nuclear craft, which is where our fission reactor comes from. Okay? So, right off the bat, we're going to need, let's see what we got here. So, a transparent, I don't need the transparent one. We're going to need reactor cells. So, tough alloy. We're going to need coolers, which is tough alloy and steel. So, right out of the bat, we need steel and whatever I need to make tough alloy, which is... I clicked the wrong button. Lithium and ferroboron. So steel, lithium, ferroboron. Those are the basic stuff we're going to need to get started. I'm also going to need graphite blocks. Graphite blocks are pretty easy. That's just coal cooked twice, or manufactured twice. I can make that pretty easily. Where's the reactor casings and stuff? I thought those controllers, those are normally right up top there, are they not? I don't know why I don't see them. They're definitely not on that page. They're not on that page. They gotta be on page 1. There's for the fusion reactor. Fission controller. There it is. So fission control. Look at all this weird stuff. Magnesium, diaboride, selenium, blah, 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 all sorts of things. So we'll just put in fission. So there we go. Fission reactor casing. Fission reaction ports, which those are easy enough. Casings are more tough alloy, graphite dust, and lead. And then the controller itself, which is a bit of a monstrosity. It's just tough alloy is my thing. I need ferroboron, lithium, and steel. So those are the seeds that we need. Ferroboron. Uh-oh. The ferroboron is not something that there are seeds of. I have to alloy it. So it's steel and boron. So, again, steel seeds, boron seeds. Okay, boron. Boron seeds exist. So there's one. Steel seeds, that exists. So that's those two. And then we'll go back to fission again. So tough alloy is lithium. That's the other one. Lithium seeds. So that's the big three. Now, we're going to need fuel. Now, for TBU fuel, which is what I'm going to run because it's the easiest, I need thorium-232. To get that, I got to cook thorium-232 oxide. Oh, there it is. I could have sworn there was an easier way to make TBU fuel. A much easier way to make TBU fuel. Thorium. Thorium dust. Thorium. There it is. Thorium ingots in an isotope. So I need that, and I'm going to need thorium seeds. Thorium seeds. Okay. So, yes. So with that, those are 4 seeds that we need. And we need it running. So basically, I think, like, as much as I'd love to put it in a compact machine, at this point, my concern is that I don't have a fuel source good enough to do that yet. An energy source. So I'm going to have to make some seeds and put them out here to get us started. Because again, we're just making a small one. We're not making a huge one. So, right out of the gate, let's start with steel seeds. Let's see. Blue, 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 double D, double da, blue. See. Okay. That'll work. That'll play. Let's get ourselves some ingots. Alright, so we said thorium. We said lithium. I know I'm going to need uranium, but that's aside. We'll come back to uranium. What did I say? What I got? Lithium, steel, boron. Boron's the other one. There it is. Boron. Thorium, lithium, boron, and then steel seeds you make with other stuff. Okay. So, first things first, we want to run these through a manufactory. Because a manufactory is going to give us 2 dusts per every one. So we'll get twice as many ingots. Let's go ahead and get some upgrades in that machine. Where's the upgrades for that machine? Here they are. I don't know if I'm going to have enough resources to do it. We're going to try. 59! Genuinely surprised, but okay. Bork. 64. Oh no! I don't have obsidian dust or crushed quartz, I don't think. Oh, I got a few. 3. It's the obsidian. It's the obsidian that's the problem. Okay. So we'll need obsidian. We'll work on those speed upgrade or the energy upgrades in a minute. We can get the speed ones in there now. It's just going to tear through my energy. But it's temporary. Wait, is the manufactory... That's when I put that in? Or, yeah. Let's put it in the manufactory. Why is this no longer working? Woo! I have completely drained. I don't even think I've got a good one, do I? Oh, I do, but it's just not keeping up. Saddest of days. Saddest of days. Okay. Alright. Well, clearly we need a secondary option. So, I've been letting the power fill up in this thing for a while. I did that because it's wirelessly meant to charge here. So, hold on. I'm going to do something. I'm ingenious. Blow your minds. Oh, here, no. Take one of these. There we go. So now I know if I put the battery back on there, it'll go back to charging. Let's get ourselves an energy extraction cable, of which I'm under these, because I just used them all. So with this, I'll be able to use the battery to help power these machines. Battery. Pull power out of it. Blam, blam, blam. And there's lots of power. The problem is I don't have the energy upgrades. So the machine's having a hard time running as quickly. If I pull these out, it probably would run a little bit better. But that's okay. Get some obsidian made real quick. And that will help us... with the energy problem. So upgrade energy 6. Okay, so it's a few. Every little bit. There we go. Now it's running consistently already. Your community watching my TV for a change, where you pet your dogs. Hey, that's cool. Welcome, John. Good day. Let's get a few more energy ones going. I don't know why I did that. I could have just 16 of those. There we go. Now it's going to run a fair amount better. Let's see. For this, I need ingot. Okay. So all these things can get cooked. I don't think I have any upgrades in these. So that's going to... I guess I do. Yes, I do. I have upgrades in those. Okay. 16 more. Boy, that kills me. That still struggles. Guess it doesn't help that I'm yanking a bunch of power over here now. How's the battery look? Woo! Already took a dent out of that battery. Interesting. Alright, that's enough obsidian. Let's get the lithium going. $18. 59. That's about as good as that's going to go. I pulled a bunch of the speed ones out already. Once the lithium is done, and we'll throw in thorium, then we can make... What do I need for steel? For steel... graphite and iron. Graphite and iron. Having a backup battery. That's not a bad idea, Terry. Even if I make just a smaller one for right now. Okay, it's not called a battery, I forgot. Or mineral anyways. Battery. I can make a slightly smaller one. There we go. 29. Actually, I think that's about the same amount of size as the previous one. Already getting a chunk of power. Delicious. Mineral berries. Okay, there's that. Put the thorium in there. Get that going. So now we can make boron seeds. See if I can make any steel seeds right now. I've already got 32 steel. That's not horrible. Steel blend. I have no crushed iron. Take a couple stacks of iron. That is not the crusher. That is slow as hell, that crusher is, but it'll work for now. But up! Manufactory is better. Alright, so thorium dust. Then we'll cook that up. And then that'll get us some iron for steel. We're going to have all sorts of things going on. If I could just get a few seeds of each to get started, you know what I mean? Because I still got to make tough alloy out of it all. My alloy is so tough. Some of that away. There's that. Grab what little iron I've got. Get us started on some more steel. What? Wait, why did I do that? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I meant to put in steel blend. I don't know why. I crushed up all that iron and then I messed up like a foolio. Whoops. That's alright. That with the 33 we've already got should get us a few seeds to get started. So that's all right. Automated smelting factory. Okay. Now let's run over here to the regular building area and take a look at what we need. So right off the bat, I need blue seeds for all of them, right? So I'm thinking maybe 10 of each seed, be 40 total, right? That sounds like math. So I'm going to need blue. I don't need any supremium for any of these. So right off the bat, I can turn all of the supremium I have into blue. That's not going to be anywhere near enough, though. So maybe I won't be able to make 10. Maybe I can start with just 5 of each. Oh, I got some pristines. That's not bad. We'll trade those for some more supremium. Every little bit counts. Oh, let me get my snack out. So check this out. Rainbow Love Marshmallows. Now, I don't know if these are any good or not. I've never had them before. But when I was a kid, I remember like my aunt or an uncle's house or something used to have some sugary marshmallow treats that looked like this. Look at that. It looks like a peep, I guess. But there are all sorts of flavors. Blackberry, watermelon, strawberry, and vanilla. This is green, so I think that's probably watermelon or vanilla. Let's see, pink, purple, green, and yellow. So blackberry will be purple, strawberry will be pink, watermelon green probably. Yellow vanilla maybe? Huh. That's not good. That's not good. The green one was not good. Puffy nipples. Red one's alright. They're basically peeps. Kind of disappointing, to be honest with you. Okay. Yeah, I can't eat that either. That's gross. $4 wasted. Not really. Odds are my wife or mother-in-law will like them. They're weirdos. Alright. Alright. Let's see. So there's some more. Alright, so right off the bat, let's see. Let's make 20. Right? That's 5 of each seed to get started. So to do that, I'm going to need to make... We'll make a stack of those. And then let's just these ones. Can make a stack of those. I'm sure I don't have enough to make I don't have any of those. All right, so we got to make some greens, some greeny greens. Now greens, I'm going to go up. I'm not going to go down. What's this crystal? Crystal. Didn't we make a fatty crystal? Yeah, we did. Okay, right off the bat. Hold on. I want to go get rid of this. Put this in my trash can. I'll never need that one again. And by getting rid of it, the recipe will stop pulling it in. Okay, why are you not giving me green? There we go. Why you gotta be like that? Why you got to go and make things so complicated? Those were not tasty. Wash it down with alcohol. Excuse me. Let's make in some prudentium real quick. Figure an inventory's worth will be nice. That should be good. Okay. So we'll go ahead and make a stack of those. Okay. Now I need orange. So let's make 1. Why do you... Oh, there we go. There's always lag in simple storage. I will say that. For making some things like ambers and essences. Alright. I'm gonna say that's enough. That should be more than enough to make what I need here. So I need orange ones. Badap! Oh, they will make all 64. That's pretty good. Now, I'm gonna see... How many of these have I got for this Superium? Let's just do essence. 100 means I can make 25 seeds, right? Approximately. And then I wouldn't have any left to make the rest of the stuff. So we don't want to do that. So we'll go ahead and make just, how many did I say? 20? Oh, that would use them all, wouldn't it? No? Yeah, 20. I guess we'll do it and see what we can do here. It's going to use up most of my essence. Yeah. Let's go see if we got any more pristines while we were waiting. We did not. Cannot be circulation. Energy levels are critical. Wow, it burned through all that wood already. Said this thing is a beast. It runs through so much wood. You know what? Let me, coal, I think, is better. Is it not? I believe coal is... Why would you do that? I just wanted to see coal. Burn time 1600. Yeah, that's infinitely better. Let me put some coal in there and see if we can get... It's probably going to burn through most of my coal, but luckily I've been building it up for a little while. Okay. I need that running without pauses, so that should help a lot. There we go. Now it's getting chunky. So much more juice. Okay. Give it some pristines, damn you. Alright, we should have enough to make at least the first seed. So let's make steel first. Because I need it for a bunch of stuff. So I needed what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I was gonna make 5, right? 5 of each one? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's steel. Steel. I don't... What's after steel? Probably going to need lithium next. I could make one. Okay? Well, you know what? One's better than none. Now I'm gonna leave the rest of that row so I can put more in there. Actually, this is gonna hurt me. You stole my seed, you bastards. Seed. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for steel. I'll put the other 2 over there. So we can let that run a little bit while we're waiting on some more essence to come rolling in. That'll be enough for a few more seeds. What's that go? 16? That's not bad. Give me the 5 of those I wanted. Okay, cool. So that's 2 of my seeds up and running. Now, what do I not have while I'm waiting here? Those. Steel essence. I'll need a seed for that. And lithium essence. Okay. Let's get a folder for those things. You, orange, green, thorium, and boron. And we'll just grab some of that real quick. Make a lithium one as well. Stay on top of these things, you see. Hard-working man, your friend Draven over here. Not really, I'm so lazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's full. So I'm supposed to start my new job on Monday, and I will be. Let me just clear that. I will be starting my new job on Monday. But they mailed me my equipment so I could start working, and it was 3 packages. A monitor, a keyboard mouse box, and then the actual laptop computer with docking thing. The monitor arrived and the keyboard mouse arrived, but the actual computer did not. And based on the tracking information, it's been delayed and won't be here till sometime during the day on Monday. So I had to call them and be like, hey guys, the stuff you sent me is not going to be here in time for me to start working Monday morning. And they're like, you know what? It happened to 2 other people, or 1 or 2 other people that are also supposed to be starting in my class on Monday. So they're like, that's okay. Monday's a pretty lax day anyways. So I'm going to use my own computer to log in the middle of the day for like 3 hours. In the middle of like the first day of training, you have actual like orientation with HR where you fill out your tax information, they go over benefits, all that kind of stuff. You know, harassment, dress code, all the attendance, all the HR based stuff. And then after that, use the rest of the day to, hopefully, if the computer is here, to set up my computer and get it set up. And then actual training will start on Tuesday. So I'll technically be starting Monday. I don't know if I probably won't get a whole day's pay, but that's okay. I'm at least going to be starting the job, you know, getting the ball rolling, if you will. Excuse me. Have you ever a chance to start upgrading your dirt? I did a little bit, but I'm at the point that I need substrate and HDPE, and I don't have the power to run that system. Is what's holding me up from going any further there. 1. Okay, we'll let that build up. All right. So let me get some more amber. Let me get some more. Actually, let me look at my ingots and see what I need. I always need iron, but I think I'm going to do some gold amber. Let's go ahead and make some gold. Gold is also something I use a lot of. So we'll get that weapon running. Yeah, that's why I need to get this fission reactor running. I also need to look and see what I need for the energy matrix, the induction matrix, because if I can get one of those going, as I get power running, I can start building up some power in there too, you know, which would be nice. Would be nice. So with an induction matrix, I've got the option of potentially using flux again. Maybe. which would be helpful. How's the kitty's teeth? She's still the same. Like I said, still waiting on scheduling her surgery. I called them today, but never heard back from anybody. I got the voicemail, but I know the lady who scheduled it is also a teacher. Like, she teaches veterinary stuff as well, so hopefully I'll hear something back tomorrow or Monday. She has called me on Saturday before. So Bubby's getting by, just giving her medicine every day and trying to make it, you know. Alright, so for induction matrix, I would need induction casing, 2 ports, at least, and then some of the basic stuff. So induction casing, steel again. And that was what I was concerned with. Steel was going to be an issue. I am going to need a bunch of enriched alloy, so it would benefit me to get that running. You get us, even if I just ran a little bit here and there, and let those build up, would not hurt me to have that running. So it looks like we're going to be a little ways away from the induction. Can't mess with that right now. But I can't do any of the stuff that requires power, which is pretty much everything on my list. The clipboard doesn't, for some reason, is glitching out here in the Twilight Forest. A lot of stuff's glitching in the Twilight Forest. Twilight Forest, not a good place to build a house, it turns out. But, you know, you never know, right? Oh, fertilized essence. Hey. We'll make a folder for that. So I know I will get many of those. Boop. What else could we be working on? Let's take a look at the achievement book. Maybe that'll help point us in the way. I don't really need melter stuff yet. I mean, I could work towards glitch armor. Ugh. Means doing trials, though. Let's see, things that would benefit us. I don't know. These are machines I'll use eventually, but I don't need them right now. Wireless charger. That actually might help. I could start using a building gadget. Wireless charger. Oh, yeah, we can build one of those. Okay. Let's get that going. I don't really have a lot of power sources to connect it to currently, but, you know, it'll work. So, we will run that here. Now, the downside to this is that's going to take away from my battery for a little while until that fills up, but I don't have anything wirelessly taking power out right now, so that's okay. If I grab my building gadget out, where is my building gadget? I don't see it. I could have sworn I made one. I did, there it is. So I grab that, take it out. Should start charging in theory. Does not appear to be charging. Huh. Interesting. To be continued. Boy, Draven looks foolish. I told you something was going to work and it didn't. Sad days for Draven. Alright, so there's that running. I don't know what to work on because power is really limiting my playthrough right now. I don't need any of that. Oh, I do need to build a processing controller. Okay, let me build one of those. I don't necessarily need it right now, but I will need it eventually. I will need some yeller cables. I will need an observer. One of those. There's one of those. There's one of those. Okay. So there's an achievement. There. There. Now when I do get to auto crafting, that'll be ready to go. So that's one less thing to worry about. I'm not really worried about any of those achievements, and screw A. Don't need any of those. I guess I could get a black hole unit going, even if I'm just starting it really slowly with one cobblestone generator, and let it start to fill up. That's an achievement that takes a long time, so might not be bad to get that running. So let's do that. Black hole. I need whatever's in the bottom. A machine case. Alright, I'll make 2. So there's a black hole unit. And there's a black hole tank. Delicious. Alright, so I need a place to set those up. Where can we, I guess I can just set them up over here somewhere. Let's see. Cobblestone generator. I'll need one of those. What am I doing? Cobblestone generator. Put up. Need a bucket of lava and a bucket of water. Okay. I only have 1 bucket. Sad days for Draven. His lack of buckets. Lava. Water. What happened? Oh, right. Cobblestone. Badoop. Cobblestone. Tier 2. Tier 3. Tier 4. Tier 5. Cool. That's a tank. So we'll set that up right over here for now. Like I said, slow going, but at least it's doing something. You know what I mean? And then now we need an infinite water block. I have 1, but I would like to go to a better than a tier 1. I don't think I have any bronze yet, do I? I do not. How do we get bronze? Why with bronze blend? I mean, that makes sense, really, when you think about it. Can I not do it with straight up with the ingots? I could melt it. So it's, or I could use an alloy furnace. I'm gonna need that anyways. Let's make one of those. Convenience. Alloy furnace. Look, I have none of it. Grab some clay. Get that cooking. While that's running, I'm going to take the 1 water source block that I have. And we'll go ahead and get that running for our black hole tank so that, you know, it's doing something anyways while we're because I'm going to need tough alloy and stuff here. Everything about my life is tough is what I'm trying to tell you. Kids just don't understand. Alright, there's some bricks. Do I have anything to pull out? Iron. More iron. Alloy. Cool. Anything in there? No. Add those into the pot. Alright, how about now? Okay, I need the 4 things, which... No! Oh, cool, sweet. I can make them. I didn't realize I'd already made some of that. Yay! Alloy furnace! And it's an achievement! We love those! Put up! I got the power! Bam, 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 bam. Some 90s music for you right there. CNC Music Factory. You don't come across that every day. Oh my god, it's already almost eaten all that coal. See what I'm saying? This thing is such a power hog. I'm going to go through all my coal. Flint coal. I can't go through all my coal. I need that for the graphite. I can do this, though. I'll take a few. I can use those nugs up. That's a little bit. I guess we're back to using wood again. Get this going. How was everybody's week? Did anybody have anything cool happen this week? Is anybody having anything cool happening this weekend? Allow me to live through you vicariously. Alright. There's that. Oh, I was going to grab that essence. Oh, got another pristine. Love it. Loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it. Okay. Clear that out for a minute. Bork. Okay. So I got some premium essence. Yes. And then I just made 5 lithium, didn't I? I did. Okay. So we got 5 lithium. Next will be 5 boron seeds. Sweet. And then 5 thorium seeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sweet. Excellent. Excellent. So there's our basics. All right. So we got some stuff going. That's going to help us out. All sorts of bunches. Coal. Oh, I could probably do something with that. And then didn't I was working on gold, Amber, wasn't I? I was. Throw that in there too. You can just set down coal and break it, right? So much coal. It's actually not that much coal. But I'll take it. Alright, so we've got our basic seeds up and running. I just need to get some of these essences put in a folder. There's one more I didn't get. That's alright. There it is, thorium. Alright, good sauce. Alright, so that's going to get the basics running for fission. Alright, so let's go back and take a look at fission again, right? The controller is our chunky. I also need to make that isotope separator. Oops, Fissiona. Fancy. Let's add that. So let's go make the isotope separator, because resource-wise that might not be as bad. Wow, I don't have anything. Let's see here. V12E says, dude, you carried me through my first Sky Factory playthrough. Well, I'm very strong. I can carry anybody. I'm just kidding. I'm glad that I can help, man. Marcus says, I don't know if it's cool, but I'm going to a funeral later today. Oh, well, sorry to hear that, man. That's, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. 2 of those. Machine. No! Damn you, tough alloy! It's just so tough. The worst part is, don't I? No, that's the isotope separator. The thing I already made is, okay. Tough alloy. Tough alloy. What are the 2 I put together for that again? Tough alloy is ferroboron and lithium. So I have to make ferroboron first, which is steel and boron. Okay. So steel, whoops. Steel and boron, which I won't have as much of that because I just started with those, but alright, so there's 21 of each. Okay. This is phase 1. I'll start working on those. Let me pull these out. We're going to recycle those a lot here for the next little while. And then the second part, where's it at? Alloy. Why don't I see the ingot? There it is. The other thing with tough alloy is lithium. So the lithium I'm making right now. So once we get the ferroboron, there it is. Now I need lithium. Lithium. Wow, 42 exactly. That worked out beautifully. Everything's coming up, Draven. That will give me 80 some tough alloys. That's a good amount to start with. Won't be enough to build the reactor, but I can start making a couple of these machines I'll need for the fuel, as well as we can start working on the controller and ports, some of the basic stuff for the reactor. Let's see. Woohoo! Already a stack. Everything's awesome. Everything is awesome. Especially Draven. I'm just kidding. I'm not that awesome. Everything I said is a lie. I believe none of it. None of it. Okay, so we got that. The big thing about making these seeds is now I can make more off camera as the resources build up. I just can't make them off. I gotta make the first ones on camera, right? That's how things work here. So I have tough alloy. It's like alloy. It's just so tough. So I need the middle thing, which is this machine case. 2. I didn't make that already, did I? No. Just making sure I'm making the same thing twice here. There we go. Isotope separator. Oh God! Whoops! That was poorly done. Failed Draven. Better Draven. Isotope separator. Okay, so that is where the thorium goes. Now I think that's everything I need from thorium. I don't think I need thorium for building anything, do I? I don't. So, the thorium that I do have, I can start breaking down. Borrow those. Is the stream lagging? I'm not showing anything on my end. You might want to refresh on the off chance it's on your side, but I could be. I don't have it. Anybody else experiencing any lag, please let me know. Also, if you're out there watching, hey, it'd be super cool if you'd consider clicking ye old like button while you're kicking around here. That would be awesome of you. Bear with me. I'm just checking some settings to make sure there's nothing on my end. No, don't see it. Okay. Alright, so we got the isotope separator done. Now we've... Oh, it's your TV? That's alright, boss. Alright, so we got tough alloy. So fission controller. Fission, as you can see, I have none of it. Alright, we can start with the machine case. Advanced plating. Okay, so I need 4 of those. 4 of those. Okay, look at that. Halfway there already. Beauty. Nuclear furnace. 2, 3, 4 of those. 2 of those. Alright, looking good. Now I need a magnesium. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so obviously I don't have some of these things. Magnesium and boron. Okay. I did not make any magnesium seeds. Probably should have, but I did not. That's okay for now. Back to the manufactory. We'll crush those up. Hey, it's thorium isotopes. Let's go ahead and get folders for those. That's a system I'll be automating later in a thorium farm. Where am I doing? Over here. How are we doing up here? Whoa, ran out of wood. That's no good. I think that's too many woods. It is too many woods. I mean, I know I've got that battery in there, but... Alright, so... The thing I needed was magnesium with boron. Okay, so I need some boron. Don't need a ton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be enough for this thing. Those are done. Those are done. Put that stuff away. Magnesium, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Got some of that. So we're over to this. 1, 2. Oh, I made too many. That's okay. There we go. Fission controller. Epic. The first step towards actual energy production. Alright, so we've got the controller. I'm going to need 2 ports at least. So I'm going to need some cases. So as you can see, I need a bunch of these platings. So let's just go ahead and make 1 stack. Let's turn those into this. And then, not that. I don't need the controller anymore. I need some hoppers. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alright, so there's the specialty components for the outside. All I need are a bunch of those. And then for alright, so what I'm going to need is I'm going to need reactor cell in the middle? No. If I do a 5 by 5 by 5, then the way it needs to work is I need to have 4 reactor cells plus sign. In the middle of that, I need graphite blocks. And then in the outside slots are where my coolers are going to be. Okay. So I'm going to need 12 reactor cells. 1, 2, 3. I'll need 3 of these right off the gate. Right out of the gate. I need 3 graphite blocks. So I need graphite dust. I have to cook these. Okay. So that'll be that. And then that'll give me the 3 of those. I'll need 3, 6, 9, 12 of these. I'm going to need glass. Okay. So this is done. I'll throw some glass in here, sand in here. I think I have all the upgrades on these, do I not? 8 of 8, 5 of 8. So I could use 3 more speed. What do I need for those? 3 more speed. 1. Oh, glass. Oh, well, there you go. Put 1 more speed in there. We can use some of this glass to make the last 2 speed upgrades we need. Okay. 2 of those. Okay. Excellent. I'd like to have this factory running at optimal levels. Should be enough. Go back to no nuclear craft. So what I say, reactor cells, right? 3, 6, 9, 12 of these. 9. What did I run out of? Tough alloy. Okay. So for tough alloy, we're back to needing more ferroboron, which was steel and boron. Okay. Steel. Boron. That goes in there. Pull that glass out. And then that goes with, isn't it lithium? Again? I always forget. Yes, with lithium. So, I need lithium. 27. How many do I got? 36. Okay. 36. Don't give me the tough alloy I need. Delicious. Everything's working out beautifully. Slowly. Very slowly, but beautifully nonetheless. That should be enough to do what I need right now, which was nuclear craft. I needed 1, 2, 3 of those. Okay, so there's 12 of those. The oh god damn it. Nuclear. I didn't make the graphite blocks yet. 1, 2, 3 of those. 3, 12. So now I need coolers. Okay. So I need to find the best coolers. Now these coolers are going to touch reactor cells and casings. So I need the ones that are going to be the best for those combination. 1 reactor cell, 90. So redstone is possible. 1 reactor cell is 60. So that's also the same. Moderator block. I'm not going to be touching wait, what's the glowstone? At least 2 active moderator. No, I'm not doing glowstone. Moderator block. Water cooler and redstone. 1 reactor cell. And 1 reactor casing. Water cooler invalid. 3 reactor casings at exactly 1 vertex. I'm not getting that technical with a small one. 2 reactor cells. What is a reactor cell? Oh, that's these things. Oh, that could be working then. Because that'll be touching 2. Oh, it's cryothium. I don't have cryothium lying around. Gold cooler. Active miner block and 1 reactor cell. Okay, so now I know what reactor cell is. 1 reactor cell. Redstone's looking like it might be the best one. 2 active moderator blocks. 1 reactor cell, 1 reactor casing. That's actually better. Because it should be touching all of those. Right? If I line this up correctly, yes, it should work. Okay. So that's the one we want. We want lapis coolers. Okay. So I'm going to need 3, 6, 9, 12 empty coolers. And then lapis coolers. Okay. Wow. We're about there, guys. We almost have a fission reactor. What was I doing? Oh, more tough alloy. So all I need now is enough casings to build the outside. Round the outside. Round the outside. And then the fuel. Where am I going to put this thing? Over here might be not bad. I could build it right about here, couldn't I? So it's going to be... You know what? I'm going to put these... No, I don't want to put them in the ground. No, I don't want to put them in the ground. Because then the controller has to go here. And then this is here, here, here. And then I'm going to need some building blocks. Grab wood. Here, here, here. Wood. Here, here, here. Wood. Here, here, here. So that's 3. Yes, yes. Okay, we're going to need to fly. Okay, so, whoops. Okay, so then I'm going to need 2, 3. Some of these are going to get broken for power ports, but okay. And then that. Well, I guess I don't want to do that until I build the... I don't want to put the lid on yet. So I'm going to need 2 power ports. And I need those to be in the middle so they don't mess with my coolers. There's one. There's two. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so that. And that. And that's what I'm going to be doing all the way up. No fuel cells. Wait, what? Oh, no fuel. No fuel. And then there are 12 cells. Wah, wah, wah. I'm going to need a lever. Boop. Because that's what's going to turn it on. I'm going to need some chests. 1, 2. And some extraction cables. Look at me doing all this from memory. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Don't tell anybody that, though. Then people expect me to know to do things, and nobody wants that. Okay, so that's going to run into there. That's my fuel. And then... that's going to pull my fuel waste out. So all I need is fuel, and we have a fission reactor. So we go back to TBU fuel. I have 4. It's not a lot. Really not a lot, but we do have some thorium. We can feasibly try to make some more. Where's my isotope? Where's that? There they are. Where's that? Pull those out while I'm here. And did I have any last minute thorium in here? No. Thorium does not drop quickly, I'll tell you that. Alright. So, in theory, I pop those in there. I should pull that in here. Turn it on. Heat generation is 384. Cooling rate is negative 1440. Which means it should not overheat because I have more cooling than I have heat. Well, this is not optimized. But it's pretty cool. So, let's see if we can make it work, right? So right off the bat, let's get us a energy extraction cable. Let's get us a wireless energy, whatever, madingy. Madingy being the technical term. Shwoomp. Shwoomp. Okay. So, I want to get myself some gups. I want to break free. I never have any light blue just kicking around. Mark. No, I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. So, right off the bat, let's see if we can get some of these batteries going and seeing how well it'll keep the fuel going. So, this battery, pretty full. That's not bad. Oh god, why did I do all of them? That was stupid. I only need to do one of them. That's okay. So there's one. And on a whim, we're going to test this one. I need a couple more batteries. Battery. Whoops, what did I run out of? Mineral blocks. Okay, should be enough of those for a bit. Okay. Zero. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do here now is subtract that and put in this. There's another one of those. Let's go get those ones working. Oh God! Oh no! I was wrong about everything! Well, pooh! Well, snap! That's disappointing. We lost a lot of good stuff there. Wonder what went wrong. Very disappointing. Let's see. I may have had just too much going on. All right, so I'm going to need cobblestone. Ow, ow, my face. Start clearing some of this stuff out. I haven't had a meltdown in forever, though I don't normally make the little ones. I'm more used to making the larger ones. Way more cooling and stuff, but alright, so there's some. I said it's almost like I knew what I was doing. Actually, my exact wordings were almost. It's almost like I knew what I was doing. Later, Marcus. Have a good one. The graphite block is probably where I boned myself. Because that drastically, I don't know if I say directly, that's bad English. Drastically increases your production, so. It's like killing water source blocks over here. I'm trying to find all the source blocks. Ow, my butt! So I need to try that again without the graphite blocks, I think. I think the graphite blocks made it too hot. Much like words commonly used to describe Draven. Just much too hot. We lost a lot of stuff there. The worst part was we lost our controller. That's the hard part. And our fuel. Blame Anubis? Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe that's the case. Anubis, what did you do, man? The overall shape of it was correct. That's the only upside. I know I had it physically built correctly. Okay, let's see. Why don't you use lava generators? You know what? I agree with you 1,000,000%. And they are my preferred power source. But this playthrough is designed for the community to give me different challenges and stuff. And because I always use lava generators, I was challenged to do this playthrough without using any. So that's part of the challenge of this go-around, is to do this without them. Okay, so there's that. So I'm going to need to make more of everything. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3. That is not enough. What I run out of glass again? Figures. But I agree with you. Normally, geothermal power is my primary power source until I can get a mechanism reactor going. Because it's just good stuff, you know what I mean? Let's get some additional glass going here. While those are cooking. Put the 3 in, then I won't. And pull the power out. At least some of that power did go in there. You know what? There we go. Fission. I need these. Ooh, that's about used up all those. That's not good. Some of those. I'm going to go back to nuclear. Reaction cell. Now what I run out of? Is that tough alloy? Ah, I ran out of tough alloy. Dang it anyways. Can't win for losing. Alright. Good with those for a little bit. Get rid of that. Tough alloy. Tough alloy is steel and boron. Steel and boron. Okay. Is that boron? It's boron. And then steel. Make what I can make anyways. Pull those out for now. Whoops. Pull that out. There's a little bit more TBU fuel, so we got a little bit of fuel to start with. Grab more thorium. Get that going. All stories give me a headache. Really? I find it pretty easy at this point, but I've done it a lot, right? Can I use iron things to put stuff into simple storage? Yes and no. So you can. You use the wireless item nodes to send things into a chest, and then use an import cable to pull the items from the chest into your simple storage. Like over here, that's what I'm doing. So this thing pulls all the crops and stuff that I'm doing. Which reminds me, I need to clean up my potatoes again. Clean up all my potatoes. And then wirelessly sends everything to this chest. And then that just loads stuff directly into my simple storage. So you can't send it directly into simple. It does have to go into something and then pulled in through the import cable. The only thing I recommend is you want to keep an eye on that chest, because if you have too many different wireless things sending everything, eventually the chest will fill up faster than the cable can pull it out. So you'll want to have a second chest and then start having stuff go to that one. You know what I mean? But you can add as many of those as you want. So, what was I doing? Glass and stuff. There we go. Tough alloy. Okay, there's tough alloy. Some more glass. Put that and that and that in there. And nuclear craft. Nuclear! Didn't I just make a bunch of... Oh, that's ferroboron. I forgot. I still have to make the other part. The other part of tough alloy is lithium. That's right. There's my ferroborium, lithium. Whoops. Wow, that was the worst I've ever done anything in my life. Not really, but, you know, it's the thought that counts. That and that. That'll give me a whole stack. Okay. Oh, you're very welcome, Kinetic. Yes, my pleasure. Anubis, I will always help you. Don't you worry. If it's within my ability to do so, I will always try to help. Get that sword charging up here. How's the thorium coming? Slowly, because I'm using my speed boosts over here, but that's okay. It's all right. Everything's working. Nuclear. Okay, so where was I? I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so there's those. How many coolers am I going to need now? So I've got 3 of the 12 that I needed. So let me. Oh, why did I do that? Nuclear craft. Lapis. Must be adjacent to at least 1 reactor cell and 1 reactor casing. This is the reactor cell, which it'll be touching, adjacent, and 1 reactor casing. So yeah, those will work. Those will work. Okay, so I need to make lava there. Why did I not be able to make the thing that I need to make? It's because I used all my steel. No! Why? Well, that sucks. I could make 2. Yay. So we're going to leave out the graphite blocks this time. And at least 2 active moderator blocks. So I don't want that one. Water cooler, 1 reactor cell, or active moderator block. Okay. Adjacent to at least 1 reactor cell. Must be adjacent to at least 1 reactor cell. Okay. So I could make 3 redstone and put those in the middle for additional cooling. So I won't have the graphite bumping up the energy. I'd have extra cooling instead. I think that would work. But no, I've never used the Builder website. I've always done it myself. Crafting space. So we're way back making 50 chest minecarts instead of ours. Yeah, I get that. What was I waiting on? Steel. That's right. I needed steel. I may have to make some manual steel because we're going through that quicker. Steel. What is it? Iron and what? Iron and coal. Iron and coal. Do I have any iron dust? I do. Coal. Dust. Yes, I do. Okay. Pull that out. There's some chunky, delicious tough alloy. Put that and that in there. Tough alloy away. Put the graphite blocks away. I'm not going to need those. I got to make a new controller again. That sucks. Sucks a lot. But it is what it is. Some steel. Alright, so for that I needed coolers, right? Nuclear craft. Alright, so I needed crap. Let's go take a look. So I've got 2, 4, 5 in there. Out of 12, so I need 7, 8, 9, 10 more empty coolers. There's the 10. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of 12 is 7 more of these. And then put those in. We'll go there, there. Let me out. Let me out. There. I'm missing one there. And then which one did I say? It's one reactor cell, so redstone. Okay, so now I need to make 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to need another extraction cable. Which will go to my controller. That's where the fuel goes. So now I just need to go back and remake the controller. Let's go ahead and save that because I'm going to need everything. Okay. Well, I've got the hardest component. Oddly enough, that's pretty good. Machine case. And 2 of those. 4 of those. Wrong one. Alright, so there's my controller again. Need another lever. Alright, TBU. See, the negative 846 should be the heat, right? Or does that mean it's not cool enough? Let's see here. Heat generation, negative 840. It's going off to charge all the things that I connected to this. But I don't have any heat level going, so that's a good sign. Now, I connected that to batteries, right? So I need to make that larger, right? I need a larger fission reactor. I was just hoping that one would be enough to get the basics going. System energy, it's not producing enough energy. Of course, I have it going to a couple of places. Okay, that battery is stealing all my juice. So right off the bat, let's pull that one out. Okay, that's the one over there running my machines. Crap. Are they the same? No, they are not. Okay, that's the one over there running my machines, so that one's fine. That's the one I want unplugged. Okay. So if I take that out of there... I mean, this is the main thing I need running. I needed it, and I need the laser drill. So I was hoping this would be able to handle both. So still not taking us. So that reactor is still too small. So I need a bigger one. Which is fine. We can do that. But that means making a more complicated cooling system. So what I may do is just leave that running and keep using wood in a couple of the other areas until I can build up a little bit more resources. You know what I'm saying? To be able to build the bigger one, because it's the coolers that I need to build up. So if I was to take that, see again, if I put graphite blocks, that would help. But so the next step up would be 5 by 5 by 5. I could do 7 by 7 by 7. What was the reason you couldn't use flux networks again? Flux does not work successfully with energy batteries. Is a big part of the issue. And the flux was also not working with the solar and the wind that we were using. So flux was just not working with the power sources that I had. And flux has never worked well with the batteries. I'm hoping to go to flux. Because flux does work with the fission reactor. But I was hoping to use the batteries in the early part right now to build up extra power until I have the resources to build the induction matrix for better power storage. Or even some flux storage, you know what I mean? But right now this thing is not producing enough to run the machines, so I don't have any storage to build up to begin with. So I need to take that higher. Can you take me higher? There's a little Creed for you there. So I need to make that higher. I mean, the big one's a 30 by 30 by 30. If I could build up enough resources, we could just go right to the big one. It's just building up enough tough alloy and steel, and so that way I can build the coolers and the graphite blocks and all that kind of crap. Because normally, the pattern that I use is, let me just grab this wood, and we'll grab some planks. So normally, these would be my fuel cells, and then these would be my graphite blocks. And then I run a cooler right up the middle. I have water coolers on the bottom and top, and then different coolers based on whether this is touching the side of the wall or touching just open space, because there's different combinations. I know the pattern for building the large one, because I've done that one a lot. I just don't normally make the little ones. So the little one's throwing things off because it doesn't have the same kind of design and combination as the large one does. So really I just need to build up these resources. And I think the best bet then is I'm going to need more seeds. We're going to need more essence rolling in. Let's see. 8. That is not a lot, but it's something. And as this slowly levels up, it's advanced already. That's good. The chance is up to 11. If I can get that up to the next step, it'll be a big difference. Grab these, put these away. But I think that's a big thing. I'm going to need... So the thing is, do I build... Do I build a farm? I need to figure out how to make this harvester run without clogging. You know what I mean? That's my big issue. I mean, that's actually not a hard issue at all. Instead of running this directly into this, I run it into a black hole unit, gathering potatoes, and then have the black hole unit running into this. The black hole unit would solve that clogging problem. Let me fix that right now. That would fix that issue. Okay, black hole unit. I never have enough machine cases. I'll make a stack of them. So I will need another extraction cable. I always need extraction cables. Thunk, there's a bunch. Okay. So that would need to run into a black hole unit. And then the black hole unit would run into that. So I'm going to need another cable. And a redstone torch. So that'll keep potatoes running into there, But now all the excess potatoes will run into this. Okay. So here's so that was the fix I needed. So basically, that's an infinite source. So if I was to take this with all the little critters in it, I feel bad because they're all going to have to die. But if I was to take this and make farms for the seeds, the seeds that I'm farming over here, right? I could use one level of each of that. I could do 2 large compact machines. One of them would make 2 of these. One of them would make the other 2. I could have those auto-crafted because I believe this would make enough power if I use an upgraded one. Because it's more than enough power to run this. I could auto-craft the ingots and have the ingots coming out and feeding directly into my system, which would be cool. So let's work on that. Let's start building a farm, or 2, or 5. And why is this not working? Why is this not charging? Am I too far away from I was too far away from the wireless charger. Is my problem. Okay. I guess I didn't realize it had such a limited range, but okay. Yep, it stopped once I got to here. Okay. So this is going really slow. So let's pull those out. So I need to keep the thorium going if I'm going to use that as my power source. How are we doing for thorium? Three, not a ton, but you know, it works. Luckily, a TBU fuel lasts a while, right? I've used 1 so far, have I not? Yeah, I've used 1. So that's not horrible. Alright, it's time to do some compact machining. So let's start off with some basic resources. I will need some wood. Wood. I won't need the redstone torch. Wood, I'm going to need some dirt. I got lots of dirt from where I dug up the ground, so that's fine. Alright, so that's phase 1 and 2. Let's go work on that. Oh, little critters, I'm so sorry. You're all going to have to die. It's not what I wanted, but it's how life has to work sometimes. I'm so sorry. You guys are about to see some bunny death, and I apologize. I'm sorry, little guys, but you're in the way. Oh, the murder. Oh, I got some meat out of it, though. Saddest day of your life. Okay, so we got 1, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's the middle, right? Yes. Is that not right? It's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one. That's what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one. That's what it was. Okay. Should have brought a shovel. What do you use your nuclear waste for? To be honest, I don't use it for anything. I don't think I have ever really found a use that I needed it for. I believe it can be used for several different things. I just don't ever need to use it, so I've never really had to look into it that far. I just throw it into storage in case I find something down the road. A bunny! You survived, Dwarf Rabbit. Congrats. Congrats indeed. Did I turn my fly off? I did. that enough? Yeah, that's enough. Alright, so there's the basic. I'm only going to do a 2 level in here. You can do 3 adequately if you really want to. But I've got 4 resources, so. Hey Tyler, how you doing, bud? New job starts on Monday. So, got a couple days before I get started on that. We are going to sync right about here. New entry points. Okay, so that's the wood and dirt and bunny. I shouldn't need that anymore. I'll probably need item extraction cables. Okay. So right off the bat, let's set up our power source. So I am going to need a harvester of sorrow. Dun, 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 dun. A simple culinary should be enough. I can always upgrade it to an upgraded one if I need to. And a black hole unit. Okay. Let's get those going. And some potatoes! And a hoe. Where's my hoe at? Where is my hoe at? There it is. Rabbit. I don't. You know what? I might have a rabbit. Let's put it there. So I said that. I said I'm going to need a harvester of sorrow. Bun, dun, 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 dun. I never have dispensers. Flunk. There's a stack of them. Thank you. And I set another black hole unit for overflow potatoes. Potatoes. Oh, look, I have a couple. And by a couple, I mean 32,000 potatoes. That'll be my fuel source. So there's that. Oh, the generator. Culinary. Okay. I need a fishy rod and an iron hoe. There's that. Cables. I'll need 1, 3. Okay, so that's going to run that power-wise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that'll work. And I'll worry about running the energy to other things later. A battery might not be a bad idea. I could probably run a battery in there. Battery. As excess energy. That would be groovy. So let's do that. Yep. Won't need a huge one. Giggity. That should work. And cable. Energy extraction cable. What am I missing? Dropper? Okay. I'll need 2 of those. Okay, good sauce. Good sauce. So let's go start with that. Forgot to bring water, but we'll do that in a minute. So harvester, I need a second harvester, but this one is just to get the basics going. So harvester of sorrow. Dun, 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 dun. Harvester of sorrow. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I did need a redstone torch. Crap. Forgot about that. Redstone torch. Black hole unit. Item extraction cable. So I'll need some regular cables. And a redstone torch. And I need water. Forgot water. Of all things. Okay. I'll need some regular cable. Redstone torch. Bucket. Okay, so redstone torch. That is not it. Okay. cables. Whoops. Now, I'm going to need a trash can to get rid of the potato seeds. I forgot about that. I think there will be potato seeds. Hadn't thought of that. Okay, I'll do that here in a minute. There going. Cool. Bunny, no! Alright, so that's good for the water. You can fly already. So that was actually a couple episodes ago. We went to the Nether and got nether warts so we could make an air charm. It's not the best flying, but it's very easy to get early game. As long as you get a hold of some nether. Wow, my hoe is already broken. I need a better hoe. No, not new entry point set. No, stop throwing your stuff, Draven, you idiot. And while I was there, going through some chests in the Nether Fortress, I just straight up found a couple air charms in there, so I ended up not even having to make one. But air charm is usually how I get started for flight. Let's go ahead and make a diamond hoe, because that would just make sense. And we'll need to make a trash. That'll work. Oh, no, not creative flight. Sadly not. Not yet. I forgot to make another harvester, but that's fine. Why did I just land right in the water like a doof? Bunny, you have so much to live for. Don't do it. I'll need a butt ton of sprinklers. Okay. Woot. Cannot vein mine hoe with this. There are components you can vein mine hoe with. This just does not happen to be one. Okay. So, then I need energy extraction cable. Whoops, come on. There's that. With the battery. With another energy extraction cable. Did I did run that like a weirdo. Let's see. I thought you got Supremium already. I have a few, but I was using it to make the different seeds for mystical agriculture that I needed, like boron and stuff, so we could make a reactor today. I don't have anywhere near enough to make Supremium gear yet. Does a single sprinkler cover? It does, but they stack. So if you put two beside each other, then you're getting twice the effect. Three times the effect. Four times the effect, and so on. So the effect stacks the more of them you have in that given area. Very beneficial. Alright, let's go ahead and get our potatoes done. I'm just going to do a single row of potatoes, because that seems to be enough to run everything upstairs. Is this on? Yes. I don't have any sprinklers running yet, but that'll be fine. So I need another generator, a bunch of energy cables, and sprinklers. And how many sprinklers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 40. 40. 40. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot of sprinklers. I don't know if I have the stuff to make that many, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, I forgot to do the trash void thing. Pooh. We'll get to it, though. Okay, so... potatoes I'm done with. Hoe I'm done with. I'll work on these two in a minute. Alright, so I'm going to need... Oh yeah, I wonder... Let's see, can we make the fluid crafter today? We can. Sweet. This is going to make this next step easier. In theory. Fluid crafter. Delicious. Now it needs water. So I'll need an infinite water source block. What am I missing? 2 buckets of water. Of course I am. I don't have any regular buckets left. Okay. Spelled water wrong like a goober. Where'd it go? There it is. Why you gotta be like that, water source block? Why do you have to be like that? Now, I think this will run automatically. I don't think I... Okay, I'm done with flying for a minute. I don't think I have to have a cable. I don't. Good. Okay, so that fixes that. I should check and make sure nothing's melting down over there. Nope, seems to be okay. Throw that away. Okay. So now, sprinkler. 4 sprinklers. I need bone blocks and bars. Okay. Bone blocks. I'm going to need 2, 3 bars. I'll probably have enough of those. 1, 2, 3. I do. And a bucket of water. Bone block, bone block, bone block, water, bar, block. There. Now that will just automatically craft those until I run out of resources. I love the fluid crafter. One of my favorite blocks I ever found in this pack. You can also use this to make infinite water sources. In fact, you can use this to automate the production of infinite water source blocks. I have automated making the largest size ones before. It's very cool. It took a while, but it's doable. So that's 20 right there. So that's enough for the bottom. So I was going to need a bunch of cables. I need a bunch of cables, a bunch of energy cables. I need more item extraction cables. What did I run out of? Oh, nothing. I got a ton. Okay, cool. Let's grab a redstone torch just in case I need to singe something. We're going to grab ourselves some chests. Oh, we're going to need some auto crafters. Forgot about that step. There you are. Yay, I have none of it. What am I missing? Everything. Okay, I'm going to need some pistons. Shwoomp. I'm going to need some observers. I'm going to need some purple. Purple. Wow, that was not a lot of purple. Maybe we should get some dye seeds going. Wild berries, red dye, red rose red. Do I have 23? It's not a lot. Here, let me do red. How many roses? I got 38 of those. Got any of these? 18 of those. Alright, so why did I need all that red? Oh, for purple. That's what it was, for purple. Not you. Damn it. Stack of purple. Okay. I'm going to need 2 auto crafters. I'm not going to alloy everything into tough alloy. I'm just going to make it into ingots and then pump it out from there. We're going to need a tunnel. 1 tunnel should work. I got a bunch of chests here. I have. Although chunky chests. Maybe. You make a couple more trash woods just in case. Okay. Beets will work as well. I don't think I made many beets though. Not just any beets. My beets from Dre. Okay, jump in and see what I can get done with this. Wait, my sprinklers. I almost forgot my sprinklers. I get all the sprinklers. Now I have enough sprinklers. Oh, I needed another harvester of sorrow. Bum ba da bum ba da bum bum bum. Sweet. That'll play. Shwoop. Shwoop, the official sound effect. Okay. Let's start with the sprinklers so that the potatoes can get going. So we can start building some power in here. Sorry, Bunny! Oh no! I set that in the wrong spot and I didn't bring my hoe with me. It's alright, I gotta come back. I don't have any of the seeds to plant yet anyways, so. The sprinklers are killing the animals. I was unaware this was going to be a thing. But that's funny. Beats by Dre, then. It's funny, I never thought of that. Remind me to get some more sprinklers going when I get back, because I'm going to need, we're going to have to do this again for the other one. I'll do the other one off camera. I'm just going to build one of these completely while you guys are here. Really? I hate the air turn. Whoops. There we go. Crank that up. All right, so there's potatoes and dead rabbits. Always on. Oh, it doesn't have any beginning power. I'm an idiot. I need some potatoes to get it started. What a goober I am. I was like, why is this not working? You got to give it a kickstart. I forgot. Fail. Okay. Alright, so this is going to pull out of here. I'm going to need item extraction cable. Because I need a trash void. But I need this trash void to do something very specific. I need it to... I forget. This is going to make potato seeds, isn't it? I need to go get those things so I can do a filter. I'm going to need essence. I'm going to need seed, potato seeds. Where are my potato seeds at? Wow, I only have 36. Maybe it doesn't make potato seeds. I can't remember. We'll bring that just to be on the case. So that, and the poisonous potato, I don't need that either. All those are going to get trashed. Okay. Oh. Where'd my hoe go? Well, could have sworn it was here. I don't see the hoe. Okay. I can never see anything in those chests. They're so big. Giggity. Whitelist, fertilizer, potato seeds, and poisonous potatoes. There. That'll get rid of all 3 of those things. Run regular potatoes into here for power. And all the excess power will feasibly, I may have to go and I may have to move that to an upgraded, but for right now it should work. Alright, so this is going to harvest, and so I'm going to need an item extraction cable. Well, I should go get a seed so I can get this started. Go get that. The only downside. Well, one of many downsides. Okay, so we're going to do lithium and steel. Okay, we'll start with those. Steel. So there's my steel seed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And lithium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the seed. I don't remember if I need an ingot or not. I think I do. I'll bring some with me to be on the safe side. Yes, that should be correct. Thank you, Piggy, for the grunting. I appreciate that. Good piggies, always with the grunting. Yes, okay, that should work. So, down here, I'm going to need an item extraction cable, which is going to whitelist. We'll start with steel down here. Get that one running now. Not seeds, you idiot. Essence. That's going to take those out, and it's going to run that into a chest as a buffer. Item extraction cable into an auto crafter. Item extraction cable into a double chest. It's an item extraction cable with a tunnel. I want that facing up. Okay. 64, 64. This will be for steel. I didn't need ingots. Okay. That's going to need power. Okay. Did I bring any more energy extraction cables? I did not. This will have to do. Okay. So on this side, I need item extraction cable, whitelist this trash with another trash void on top, and then item extraction cable, whitelist the lithium essence. Why you keep falling, damn it, Raven? Chest. Item extraction cable. Autocrafter. Item extraction cable. Oh, caught myself that time. And that one is the lithium. Right? Yes. And now all it needs is energy. So for the energy, we're going to do this. Actually, I don't need to break those. Let me just run the cable. Damn it. There. I'll run that. Break that. Grab that wood. That block. Okay. So the only issue I'm running into right now is, so potatoes are building up. That's good. 0 energy. I don't know if this is working or not yet because I haven't turned it on. Area, always on. And we put lithium up top, right? So let's go ahead and grab our lithium seed. There's one of those. And then our steel seed. Same situation. So, in theory, this should all work now. All we always on. Yep. 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 I think that I might need the better generator after all. So let's go do that. And then I just bring the other seeds in. And we should be groovy. I don't need any of this stuff right now. So let's make ourselves culinary. Should have brought the other one, but I didn't. So I'm going to need another one of these. I'm going to need another one of these. It's culinary. Upgraded. Okay. So now I need some modifiers. I think one stack. Probably don't even need one stack. Partial stack will work. Need some of this. Blort. 2, 3, 4. Oh, sweet. I had enough. Blort. One stack of those. One stack of those. Yeah, that should work. That should be more than enough. And I will get myself... I'll take a couple stacks of potatoes here to make sure we've got some ready to run. So now I just need to get these seeds and these seeds, which is lithium and steel. So I know this part's not the most exciting, so I'm doing one, then I can do the other ones off camera and you won't have to watch it. Let's get the steel going. We need this stuff growing. I can work on making more seeds as the essence starts to build up. So once I get this done, then out in the other farm, I can put some Inferium seeds back down, which will give us the, what happened to all my carrots, or my potatoes there? Give me that. I can use that to make the next upgradable one. Blort. Blort. There we go. Alright, so now that should have... Wait. Why you no pull out potatoes? What's going on here? Did it use it all already? Well, now, oh, there must be something in here clogging it. Ah, there was. Somehow an essence got pulled in there. I don't know how that could have happened. We'll do that to fix that problem from happening in the future. I think there's one in there too. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, so let's whitelist potatoes. Can I put some in here? Okay, that part's working now. And I didn't. Now I gotta go get my redstone torch again. Dang it, anyways. Boy, I wish the remote worked in here. I really do. That's definitely a Sky Factory 4 pet peeve. That other remote has been deactivated. I mean, technically you can go into creative and get one. I think it'll work, but it's just irritating that that's been deactivated. And I'm sure there's a good reason for it. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a situation where it conflicted with something else, you know? Alright. My only concern with this setup is that this thing may not get enough power because everything's going up into the battery, but I think it should be okay. I mean, it's definitely burning through all the potatoes, you know what I mean? So that the battery is the only thing that I'm concerned with. If I have to, I can take the battery out. If this seems to not be working, I can take the battery out. So we've already got several ingots, so this is all working anyways. So now we just got to set it up into a spot where it'll load automatically into the system. So let's grab that. That's kind of what I was going to set this room up for, but now that I've got this set up in the way that I do, I'm afraid it's going to... Maybe not. Let me fix this. Where's the cables I'm looking for? Really? What did I just run out of? These. Okay. What I got? 1, 2, 3. So the middle is where I want that to come from. Okay, so yes, that'll work. Okay. So now I need to put, let's see, how do I want to do that? I need an import cable, chest. I'm not going to be happy with the layout of this room, so this is all going to be temporary, but it'll work. Alright, just give me a stack of those. Really, that's not going to produce super fast, so probably don't even need all the upgrades in there, but that should be fine. And then take this. This is temporary. I'm going to redesign this later because I don't like the way it looks, but it's functional, and that's what matters. Alright, so that should pull everything out into the system. Steel ingots. We're at 13 steel ingots. So we are going to come back in a minute and see if we have more, and we'll know it's working. And in the meantime, I will get myself some more mineral batteries, or berries, mineral berries, delicious. Then we'll go check on our power switch and what's happening over there. How many did I say? 6? What did I say? 13 steel? How many did I say? 16. Okay, just went up to 16. So it's working. That's what matters. Alright, groovy. That takes care of that. Now, let's see. Did we get any more thorium? We did not. Okay. Get that going. Some more TVU fuel. The good thing is all this was running while I was in the compact machine, because technically it's all still the same, whatever it is, 9. Okay, so that's working okay. We need to make that larger. That's going to be our big goal for tomorrow, or one of our big goals for tomorrow. Let the resources build up today, so hopefully we can do that. We got 16 essence there. Ooh, that's what I like to see. That's good sauce. Struggling, but it's working. Can I begin simulation? Energy levels are less because I'm running this right now. That's okay. Clean this up real quick. Why am I using that? Okay. Get those out of the way. And this is what we need, these so we can make more seeds. You know what I mean? That's what all this essence is going to be for. We could turn those into seeds. And the stuff for tough alloy are the ones we need the most, which is steel and boron. I did steel and lithium, so boron is the next one I got to get going. That's okay. I can make the seeds and put them up out here for today while I get that other farm ready for tomorrow. And I may relook at the farm design in the next one, since I'm using culinary and I normally don't, just to see how that works. Oh, there we go. Because let's take a look again. So for fission, for the casing, I need tough alloy, graphite, and lead. Okay. Is this done pouring gold yet? It is. Let's get some lead amber going because I don't want to run out of lead. Let me get the lead out, giggity. Throw that away for now. Come on, lag, catch up. I haven't put lead in a while. I got a lot of this. So last night, I was struggling to sleep the last few weeks. I find myself napping during the day, so I'm trying to break myself of that so that I'm in a bit better of a position to get back to working a full day on Monday and not being tired in the middle of the day. So last night I stayed up night before last. I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I stayed up all day yesterday, so I'd be tired when I went to bed last night. I laid down, went to bed, slept real well for about 3 hours, 4 hours tops, 3.5, 4 hours. And then my mother-in-law woke me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And she's like, something upstairs is making a noise. I'm like, okay, that's what I want. That's what they're supposed to do. If there's a problem, they hear weird noises, they're supposed to come get me. I don't want anybody to be in danger. I don't want the house to burn down. I want somebody to break in. I can't fix a problem if I don't know where the problem is. They came and got me. Good. Went upstairs. Had a smoke detector that was chirping. So I went and took that. I had to get a ladder and take it down and get the batteries out of it. And I was like, I haven't had to replace the batteries in these things the entire time we've lived here, which is almost 11 years since we bought this house. 10 or 11 years? No, I'm sorry. It's been 10 years. We've been married 11. That's what it is. We got married, then we moved in here the year after. So I checked out the things. I'm researching what type of batteries do I need, because 10 years is a good battery, you know what I mean? And it turns out that all of our smoke detectors expired 1 month ago. So I had to go drop almost like $150 buying replacement smoke and carbon monoxide detectors today. Not what I planned on doing with my time, but it is what it is. So I bought them all. I haven't put them in yet. There's only one of them was chirping. The other one was working. The other ones were working okay, but they were all put in at the same time. I checked. So I'm sure the other ones are going to go dead any time now. So I'm going to do all those tomorrow. But the story was I got woken up. It took me about 30 minutes to get that all situated, put the ladder put away. Assure my mother-in-law everything was safe. She could go back to bed. And then I laid there for 2.5 hours and could not fall asleep. Finally nodded off. Slept for another hour and a half, woke up, and I'm like, now I'm up for the day. So I'm exhausted. So I'm hoping that because I'm so tired, I will sleep well tonight. is the hope. We'll see. So we needed, what was the ones for tough alloy? It was the ferroboron, right? Yes. Which was steel, steel and boron. Okay, so let's make some more steel seeds first. Let's make another 10 steel seeds. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do 10 more boron. Okay. Steel. Oh, gonna need some steel. Oh, don't have it. I have some steel from before I moved the seeds, so that's good. That'll work. That'll work. That'll play. 7, 8. So 10 steel seeds, which those will go inside the compact machine. And then I said boron, right? Yes, boron. 1. What? How? Oh, 1 second. Whoop, just a single sneeze. That sneeze reminded me I had Junior Mints. Don't ask me why. I don't know how those came together, but they did. Nom 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 nom. Boron. Boron. Alright. I'm going to plant the boron right now. Which ones are boron? That's thorium. Okay. And we'll go put the steel seat where? Oh, it's downstairs now. I forgot. This room will probably be redesigned by the time you guys see it tomorrow. Because I'm not happy with how this is currently set up. Whoops. That should help a fair amount, to be honest with you. Especially if I let it run. And I'll keep making more. I'll get this full. And I'll get... Yeah, I don't like that battery there. I just don't think the battery's needed. Now, when I put the battery in, I hadn't had the upgradable one yet, so oops. I just don't think that battery's needed, so we'll get that out of here. Did I just bring one? Oh, dang it. I thought I grabbed a stack. I don't like to go in and out of compact machines that much, but okay. And now I don't have the power to run the potatoes. Great. Gonna need to go get some potatoes. Ah, Draven. Your level of fail knows no bounds. Need a potato head start is what I need here. Kickstart my heart. There we go. Where's all that? Oh, it's because it's filling all the pipes is why. There we go. That's what Daddy likes. Everything is full now. Good sauce. Okay. No more problems. All right. Coolie McCool. Let's do this. Some more TBU. tomorrow we will look, maybe we'll go right to the maximum size one. I mean, what I might do is leave this running. This is a big corner for the maximum size one, though. It'll take up a lot of space. Let's see how much room we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, it's too big to fit inside of here. So I would have to build it outside, which is doable since I can fly. It would just be inconvenient. The way I would think of it, I would like maybe build it in this corner, but have it like overhang into space, you know what I mean? So I can build a door to come out here to access it. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't want to take up all this area in here with just one or two ginormous things, you know what I mean? I'm already a ginormous thing. Don't need to add more. We're back in Sky Factory 4. Hey, Nixo, how's it going? Build underground. I don't know if I have room. We can look. I don't think this is 30 high. And the bottom of this is as low as you can go. I'm pretty sure this is not the equivalent of bedrock. I don't know if you can build lower than this. You might. I don't think I've ever tried. We'll see. I have built underground before. Yeah, you can't go any deeper than this. I don't think it's, let's see, 2. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 19, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, wow, it would be close. And it's actually 32. Oddly enough, I don't think there's quite enough room to do it. Could always build it in the sky, but again, we run into the same kind of thing there. I can expand this island and just build it in this corner. Probably what I'll do. What's this? Okay, hang on. Now I gotta go make a new door. I hadn't planned on putting a roof on, no. I did consider a glass dome, but like a solid roof, no. I hadn't really wanted to do that. Just because I kind of like the way the sky looks, you know. Also, that would eliminate my solar. I'd have to redo all that, but not that the solar's that useful. The solar's probably going to get ripped out anyways. And I think this would be a good spot for the mechanism reactor, because it would fit right in here. Need to recharge this real quick. Well, not real quick, it's actually real slow, but get it charging. Alright, so what was I coming over here to do? Oh, door. I was coming over to door, that's what it was. Factory block. There we go. We'll do this one slightly different. Same settings, but pull those out and do. Oh, I gotta have one, do I? Hey, Steven, what's going on, buddy? Let me just do a single door here because I kind of like this. I'm an idiot. Pick that up real quick. Or real slow, depending on who you are. There we go. And then I will build my fission reactor right here. That's correct, Anubis. Handy way to get them if you need them. Looks very different. Oh, very true. Probably, yeah. I would say. Been working on. Today has been working on energy production and mystical agriculture to provide us the resources we need to do it. So, what's over here? Yeah. Right now, I'm using this to get some premium, so I can keep making seeds. So today we built the very small fission reactor. We're going to make a much bigger one tomorrow. That's done. And then we built our first compact machine farm, which I'm still working on the seeds. For that, I'm going to build a second one today off camera for the other 2 seed types. Those are the 4 things we need for the fission reactor. So we can make a big chunkity chunk. I'll get some dirt and stuff and expand an area for it. Alright, that starts on Monday, Stephen. Kind of. So, looks like I'm just going to be doing like a 2 or 3 hour orientation on Monday because the equipment, only 2 of the 3 boxes of equipment that I need to do the job showed up. I got this huge monitor. Good Lord, the monitor they sent me is massive. It is a huge ass monitor. Big old guy. And I got like another box with the mouse and the keyboard and all that stuff. But the actual computer, the laptop and stuff with the dock, got delayed in Savannah, Georgia. Well, it happened to another person who's supposed to be starting Monday too. So I called, spoke to my new boss. They're like, well, you can use your own computer to log in for like the 3-hour orientation with HR. You don't want to miss that. He goes, and after that, hopefully your computer will be in. You can put stuff together. Just make sure everything's set up okay. And then you'll actually start training Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. And then, what else? They said he thinks training is like 3 or 4 weeks long. It was actually pretty short. Last few jobs I've worked, it's been a minimum 6 to 8 weeks. So that's okay though. I don't mind. That's a good sign. Hopefully, that means that it's not that hard to learn. Some more sprinklers. Let's get a few more of those going. We've only got about 5 minutes left, so that's why I'm not jumping into a big new project right now. Bone block. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that'll get us another stack of sprinklers, which I can use for the next compact machine. Oh yeah, we got to build another compact machine. We can go do that real quick. I do not have enough of these, so it's iron blocks, redstone, and redstone. Okay. So Monday should be a pretty laid-back day. From the way my boss spoke, it usually is anyways. So I'm like, oh, okay, that works for me. You have to build in the compact machine world. Yeah, familiar with that one? Yeah, I did not enjoy that one. Compact claustrophobia kind of thing. I never liked. I tried it, just didn't have fun with it. Oops. Make enough of these, and we'll quickly make ourselves another maximum size compact machine, and then I'll have one to start with tomorrow. Or what I'll try. So I'll get that other farm built and start working on building up more seeds. So that way tomorrow you don't have to watch me do the same thing I did today. You know what I mean? Where am I sitting at? Oh, that's enough. Okay, that'll be enough. Okay, so now I need an emerald block. And I'll need a pearl. Fix that in a minute. I'm sure there'll be another one. Hey, I have a question. Some of you guys are way smarter than me, probably all of you. Where can I look in my computer settings to see how many monitors my graphics card, aka computer, can support? Like right now I have 2 monitors connected to my computer. I want to know if I can connect a third. At my previous job, the second monitor that I used was my own personal old monitor. And now that I've got this, the new job supplied me with 2. I'm thinking about seeing if I could hook it up somehow so I could have 3 monitors for this stuff where I could keep chat and stuff maybe up a bit more visible where it's easier to see and stuff. So anyway, it's something I'm thinking. I'll take a minute for that to work. Back up, see if you have another video connection. Okay. Can't see it from here right now. I'll have to look later. But I was trying to look it up on Google and everything was like, go into your settings here, and like every instruction video I saw was like 7 years old and looked a lot different than the settings I have in my computer now. Alright, there we go. We now have another compact machine, and I will use this to make the second farm tomorrow. You know what, let me fix that. Just going to set it right over here where I can access it really easily from this stuff. Got a few things here that we can make folders for real quick. That for sure. Those. I can't believe I didn't have one for that. That and that. Gold for sure. Sure there's more in there, but this is a good start. 41, okay. Get these put in here. Sweet. Crap, I think I already had one for compact machines, but oh well, now I have 2. Alright, good stuff. The graphics card has 3 HDMI ports, you can have 3 monitors. If it has 4, you have 4 monitors. I'll have to, again, not super wise in the way of how some of that stuff works, so I'll have to figure it out. Come on. Let me back out. Ooh, lag. Hope it doesn't crash on me. No, Junior Mint, don't jump. Uh-oh. It is 9 o'clock, and I think the game is going to crash. Too funny. Oh, nope, it let me out. Cool. Well, not a horrible day. My big goal for the day, which was to get at least a small fission reactor up and running, has been achieved. It's producing only the tiniest bits of power, but it is enough to keep this running. We got the wither data model made, which is currently my polymer, good polymer, which is currently leveling up, already into superior. So that's going to provide us the essence we need for our seeds, which is delicious. Got 22 in there already. I'm about to add 8 more right there. So I'll put us at 30. So I'll make, I'll keep making seeds for these 2. I'll just keep adding them out here. Well, I guess not. I'll get the other farm up and running and automated. So that way tomorrow, hopefully we have a bunch of resources built. And we can start working on a maximum size fission reactor. Which would be groovy. Because once we have a fair amount of power up and running, then we can start looking at machines and automations and things like that. It's just that process. Normally I would be into that process by now, but not using geothermal has definitely slowed that down. But overall, not too shabby. We got a couple cool machines made today. We made the alloy furnace, isotope separator, fluid crafter, which is the bomb diggity. Now we got sprinklers automated on lock. Yeah, not too shabby. It was very condensed. We only worked on a few things, but we made good progress with them, so I'm very happy. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with me today. I had a good time. I hope you did too. If you did, please remember to click the like button, even if you're watching this 10 years in the future. Helps out a whole bunch of times, and I appreciate when you do. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe as well so you can see all my streams. I'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a longer stream. I'm not sure if it's going to start at 5 or 6 or not Eastern, but I'm going to run till 10 either way. So it'll be 4 or 5 hours tomorrow since I won't be able to stream on Sunday. But yeah, come back and hang out with me. It would be cool if you would. Anubis has a quick question. What is that? How tall is a wither jail again? All right. So there are there's some disagreements here, but I'm going to recommend that the ceiling be no lower than 5 in height. Okay? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my ceiling is the 5th one. Technically, a wither is only 3 tall. But if you only leave 3 spaces, I have had a wither glitch through the ceiling when it spawned. And then it was out in my world and just started destroying stuff. I've never had that problem when I make sure there's at least 4 spaces inside. So I recommend that your roof be the 5th one up there, and then you should be groovy. You know what I didn't do? Did I clean that out? Okay, I did. Cool. Last minute question. Appreciate that. All right. Well, you folks, I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. If I see you tomorrow, coolly cool. But if not, party hard but party safe this weekend. Have yourself a good time. Come back and see me when you can. All right. I'm going to call that a day. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.